yes, women have the power to bring out the best in men, which means he will change, but only because he wants to change, as opposed to you sort of manipulating or forcing a change. And so the dynamic, there's 4 steps in that. Step 1 is stop trying to change him in any way. That's heaven to a man. That means no complaining, no directing, no improving. That means noticing how you will tend to control. And every woman, every man, when we're not getting what we need, we want to change our partner because we go, oh, they made me so happy. Now I want to try to change them. And now they're not. So I have to change them back, or I have to get them how to do it better. So the first step is noticing how you will seek to change your partner and stop. Second step is to recognize that when you're trying to change your partner, which you've just recognized, it's because you're not getting something you need. That's step 2. And step 2 then is recognize you're not getting what you need. You have to give yourself what you need. So that's self-reliance on how to find hormonal balance without depending on your partner. That means, in practical terms, how to be happy without depending on a man. You depend on a man to be happier. You don't depend on a man to be happy. That's a basic truth in my message. If you want to take your relationships to an ecstatic level, you have to already be fulfilled within yourself, not dependent on a man to be fulfilled. But you are fulfilled through your life, not a man. Your man in your life can bring you to a higher level. And that's the orgasmic state. That's the romantic state. That's the naked state. That's where, you can love your work, but you can't walk around naked and have people adore you. Okay, that's not going to happen. So this happier state is something that you can achieve through intimacy and the safety of that by picking a partner and so forth. So you want to achieve, the second step is how to bring myself back into hormonal balance. If you're wanting to change your partner, generally you're out of balance. You're dissatisfied. You're looking for more. Now you come back to giving yourself more. And what will that look like? We'll talk about in a minute. Once you give yourself more, you're back into balance. Then you give more. But this time you give your partner what they need, not what you need, not what you think they should need, but you learn how to give them what they need. And as I mentioned, men particularly, and you'll see throughout this whole series, men particularly want to feel accepted. They want to feel appreciated. They want to feel trusted. They want to be admired. They want to be the hero. They want to feel like they're contributing to your well-being in some meaningful way. That is masculinity. There will be some men, when you ask them, they're more on their female side. So they'll say, oh, I want to be able to share my feelings and my emotions, and I want her to be there for me, just like I'm there for her in that emotional way. And yes, there's some truth to that. But if it becomes a dominant need in a man, he becomes too estrogen oriented. So we have to remember that when you're listening to different men, some men are more on their female side, and it will be confusing because they'll talk about things that women primarily need. And because they can feel those needs, because when you have more estrogen, you will have all the needs that a woman has. If you have more testosterone, you'll be more on your male side. You want to solve problems and fix things and do all that stuff. So it can be very confusing when you ask somebody what they need or what's important to them. What I'm telling you is what I've learned from my 40 years of experience is that men need more testosterone. And testosterone is generated in both men and women when you celebrate, appreciate them. Oh, look what a good job you did. I need your help. The fireman who goes into the fire, he's the hero. That's his testosterone shoots way up. This is what, if you need more testosterone, what you need is you need more appreciation, acceptance for who you are, and trust. If you want more estrogen, what you need is someone to care more about you. You're special, you're a priority, someone who understands you. Understanding is penetrating into your feelings and your thoughts and your wishes and wants and needs. And somebody who honors you as much as they honor themselves, or honors you even more than themselves sometimes, prioritizing you. And that's called respect. That's what women need most.